we're live. All right. I had to switch some things around, but welcome everybody. The Pandemonium with the rest of the crew. We got Vocab. We got Robbie to win. We waiting on Jay. We'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and jump in. Monty, is death over Zorro? Hold up, fam. You coming in talking blasphemous? Wait a minute. Did you say is death versus Zorro and is death is taking it?
Just because of that drip.
It's Zorro.
We out here.
Oh, not today's drip is Zorro. Well done, sir. Well done.
Touche.
Oh, man. Hey, Monty, appreciate you swinging through. Hope the day's going well for you, girl.
Appreciate you being here, though, of course.
Always. So, we just gonna do what we normally do. Kick it, chill, talk trash. I'm working on the new format still, so we'll have some other stuff popping up randomly on the screens as we going. So don't mind that. Let me know if you like it. If you don't like it, give us updates so we can kind of keep these things fresh for y'all. We were just talking about anime that we are finalizing in our own watch lists. Rod, you were saying you were catching up on what again?
I was catching up on One Piece and I've been watching the Kenshin reboot. So Kenshin reboot, fire, and I'm kind of surprised. I know there was a lot of controversy with it first coming out, with the author and all his allegations and everything like that. So I know people still leery on that, and I would just say if you can separate the art from the artist, go in for it. You might like it. If you can't do that, I totally respect that, and that might be a R. Kelly situation for a lot of people, which I can see that. I can totally understand that as well. Yeah. And then, like I was just telling you before the podcast, I'm catching up on the One Piece anime. I'm about almost to episode 700, so I'm slowly getting. I'm at like 678.
Okay.
Dressrosa arc, baby.
Dressrosa is if you like tea being spilled, that is
yes. Yes.
Hell of fucking
Now, I'm going to admit, I forgot about Sabo. I did watch the filler with Sabo, Luffy, and Ace, but I kind of forgot about him in the background. I kind of forgot about him. So when Luffy was crying like Fantasia, I'm like, who is he?
Yo, that is exactly what that cry was.
Like Fantasia, bro.
That is exactly the cry that he had. I'm upset about that.
W analogy.
Oh.
That cry was definitely Fantasia-like.
Right. Fantasia watched One Piece before she saw American Idol. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
She might have. I mean, Dressrosa wasn't out when Fantasia was on American Idol, but she might have been watching One Piece. I don't know.
I mean, we know a lot of black celebrities are undercover blurs, but they don't want to.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We know that, but I am liking what I'm saying. I can't wait to see Sabo get that fruit.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be the woman that Luffy was talking to. I thought she was going to get it. I was like, oh, that'd been a nice sentiment, but Sabo getting the food. Yeah, I thought she was going to get it before Sabo popped. I was like, I see what they're doing there. But I like it. Like the tea's being spilled. Don Flamingo, his whole family's a bunch of assholes.
Yo, Dolphy, but tell me, Dolphy ain't the coldest villain. Coldest.
But he hasn't. Wait till he see the awakening.
Yeah.
I think I saw
his fruit.
I think I saw Usopp awaken his hockey. I think I remember seeing something about Usopp and hockey. Or maybe I saw TikTok spoiled me a little bit. I don't know. TikTok's been noticing I'm watching One Piece and posting Dressrosa clips lately. So I saw something about Usopp unlocking his hockey in Dressrosa.
Okay. I ain't gonna spoil nothing. You in for some treats though.
Usopp looking like a punk right now. I'm side of Usopp like you a little punk right now.
Yeah, you gonna enjoy. You're definitely gonna enjoy that. Monty said it's not our fault. Esdeath don't have merch. First and foremost, Esdeath, as far as she is probably next to the queen of sword fighting. And if you know, throw the mails up. That's all I'm gonna say. Throw the mails up. Next to the queen of sword fighting, she's top dog. As far as the women of blades, Esdeath is top dog. She got plenty of merch out there. Plenty.
Wait a minute. What about no, not home, no, not her, not from Fullmetal Alchemist. Who is this?
Queen is from Fairy Tail.
Yes. Man.
Queen of Blades is from Fairy Tail. So if you know, you know.
Okay,
No,
I haven't
no.
watched. Yeah, I haven't watched.
My redheaded love. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact,
So what series is SDEF from? So what series is
SDEF is
Oh, no, she's not on here. Okay.
not Kill la Kill. Agami Ka Kill.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta rewatch that. It's been a long time since
Yeah.
I watched that shit.
She says limited in graphic tees and hoodies. I can respect that. They probably is. They probably don't have a lot of her on there, but that whole show, I think, is underrepresented in the merch community. Like, hands down. I think that whole show is. Yeah.
Probably the character design there is probably not marketable if I'm thinking of the right show.
Yeah, it is a bit gruesome, so that's probably why it's like that, you know? That's the only thing I could think of. And then she said, I watched and finished My Happy Marriage, Kagegori, and then now I'm trying to watch Kakegori Twin, but I'm struggling with that one. Okay, so I couldn't get through Kakegori. I'm not gonna lie. It was good. I personally couldn't get through it just because
I got
for personal reasons.
Well, it's not your cup of tea. You can say it like that. It's not
No.
it,
Definitely
but
my cup of tea, but it was more like, now I got to go find one of them.
Nah, that's fact.
see.
The spin-off, I also had a little struggle getting through it. I did watch it, but
Now, as far as my what is it? My Happy Marriage, my lady. I got to know your thoughts on that one, because I watched it. She said Shorty is pervy perv. Dang.
she is though.
I'm not going there, but yeah. But yeah, My Happy Marriage, I loved it. I thought it was great. What'd you think, though?
You did.
Huh? Loved it?
You loved it?
Cool.
Monty recommended it to me.
Okay.
I told her no because it's a romance.
I'm not gonna lie, I was reluctant at first because it is a romantic start. The fighting comes, but it is a slow romantic start. But it was a very good show. I did love it. It was for this season, it's definitely top of its class for this season on Netflix.
Okay. I know there's a couple I'm holding off to Halloween. Definitely Zombie 100 is one I had on my list, but I'm just saving that for October.
Ooh. You know, because I started watching, I haven't watched deep. Like, I've got like 1 or 2 episodes in with Zombie 100. I will say this. Do not watch the live action. Don't waste your time.
Really?
Don't waste your time on the live action. Just watch the anime. Because if you watch just the first 20 minutes of the anime, right? Well, I guess that's the show, right? But anyway, but the first 10 minutes of the anime and the first 10 minutes of the live action, you'll immediately know why I say don't waste your time. Like, it's that much of a difference.
Is it a Death Note situation?
Yeah. It's probably worse than a Death Note situation.
Oh, damn.
It's like a DBZ situation.
Which one? What joint?
Zom 100.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The show, the anime, great. The other one,
The anime's
no.
straight. The anime's straight.
I was wondering
I
about
didn't even know they had a live action.
Mm-hmm.
That was my concern because the live action came out so. Wait, why did the live action and the anime kind of came out at the same time? That was just like, whoa.
Yeah, they dropped them both at the same time. And the thing is, there's no excuse for it. That's my thing. There is no excuse for the differentiation between the live action and the anime, especially not the first episode, because there's really no zombies. Like,
Oh, I see.
it's more so like what happens that you see the zombies like the last 10 minutes of the show. If like last 5 minutes, and the 10 minutes I'm including the ending, right? I'm including credits rolling.
Talking about for the first.
Yeah, first episode, right?
Yeah.
So for the live action to start off the way it did, it threw off the whole pacing and tone for what the anime set. As far as what, like, there's a little more urgency and a little more. You get the spirit of him wanting to be alive again in the anime.
Okay. So
versus the way that they set it up for in the live action.
I see. So it's like a characterization issue then.
Yes, the way that they filmed it, and when I say easy fixes, like I said, anybody who if you get a chance, I suggest watching it. Just like 10 minutes of the live action, 10 minutes of the anime, and you will understand what I mean. So
yes, Copperberry does have a live action.
It does. I didn't even try it just because of how the anime was. I didn't foresee anybody really playing that out accurately.
Yeah, I mean, anime is just hard to do live action unless it's very grounded. I mean, One Piece is the exception. I'm not going to even count that right now, but nonetheless, the only other anime, it's like two I can think that could work live action just because it's so grounded. I would love to see. I doubt this would ever happen, but a live action Dr. Stone. I doubt that will ever happen, but I would love to see that. And Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon, I could definitely see.
Black Lagoon, I feel like they could actually do that proper.
Black Lagoon.
Maybe.
So we should do a list. It doesn't be today, but we should do a list of anime that would be good, that would do well as a live action.
We got 50 lists.
We do.
We're going to get through them before the end of the year. We're going to get through them.
We're going to make it work.
Brought to you by Hennessy. Sponsor me.
Because I drink it, and they paying me for it.
Sponsor us, please.
Can you get sponsorships on Twitch with liquor?
Look, if not, we'll switch.
That is a good question. That is a good question to ask, nonetheless.
With drinking being a part of my personality on this podcast, we need to be sponsored by alcohol.
Look. Hold on, you said her Netflix betrayed her. What do you mean your Netflix betrayed you? What happened?
I know how.
Suggested One Piece, probably.
It did.
Did it suggest One Piece? It says you're a 98% match for One Piece. Yes.
Oh, that's a sign.
It is a sign, honey. Just excuse me. Hold on. You ready? You ready? I'm gonna get my hood.
Yeah.
I gotta take my headphones off for this. Hold up.
Go ahead.
Come to the dark side. Come.
We have cookies.
You have cookies.
I had to throw the hoodie up, to pull Dark Kermit out.
Come on over.
Never.
Come on over.
So what we're gonna do is this. One day we're gonna have a group meet for everybody in the Pandemonium Syndicate and all of our fans and people that will kick it with us. When we do have that, we are gonna have a watch party. One Piece will be there.
Yes, Walls of the Pandemonium.
So one day we'll get around to it. But for now, yeah, like we say, just take your time. Just know that we all love you, and you're 98% closer to watching the show. So just keep that in mind, Monty.
Yeah, just keep it in mind.
Honestly,
keep it in mind.
Monty making me think. I do kind of want to see how Netflix does the anime of One Piece, because you know how Netflix can skip openings and closings. I bet it's quicker to watch One Piece on Netflix than it is Crunchyroll. I put money on that right now.
I mean, if you're skipping through it, yeah, but to be honest, I mean, I fast forward those anyway. I fast forward the intros anyway. So
I've only noticed it on watching the Pokemon anime, because the Pokemon anime have never had good intros. So let me stop lying. Johto and Sinnoh, those are outliers. But 80% of Pokemon dub intros are trash. Are trash. But I still haven't watched Born to Be a Master. I still have not watched it yet. That's on my queue.
okay.
I got the Crunchyroll add in skip intro now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They don't do it on One Piece though, which is kind of BS. But
Look, they probably trying to milk everything they can out of One Piece.
I can't blame them.
I will be honest with that. Like, I hate it, but yeah.
Does have some.
Yeah.
Still got some in the queue. Added some Halloween ones and Easter Attorney I still got to watch. Well, not watch or rewatch, but nonetheless. Sorry, I got sidetracked there.
You good?
But,
You good? You good? Like I said, we all just seen it. You said Demon Slayer doesn't have a new season. No, not yet. And Netflix doesn't. Most streaming sites, unless you're on an actual anime site, they're not gonna have the up to date stuff. They're not, because that's how the anime sites make their money, because they have the most up to date sites stuff. You know what I mean? So they'll give you up to like the last season on every other platform. Hulu, they'll be like 3 seasons behind or something like that. You know, but that's how they make their money. So.
Oh yeah, the big networks too. They do that too. I mean, what was I watching? And it was one of the reality shows me and Shaniqua watch, and they don't have the current season, but they got everything just like you said, Ben. It's like the season before last.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was like, ooh, let me add this maybe HBO Max I have instead of going through the network app. But nope, it's one season behind, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll add that stuff in and be like, oh, you can watch the show if you have never watched it before. Like,
yeah, the only one kind of good with that is Peacock. At least if you want to stay current, they'll still have like if you want to watch Law and Order or Chicago Fire or stuff like that. They'll still have the up to current season, so you can still watch it current the next day. Even Hulu does that with the ABC shows.
But I think that's because no one watches them on regular TV. Like they're not the popular shows right now. You know what I mean?
I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the only reason it stayed on as long because the Hulu numbers. That was the only reason Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stayed on so long.
Yeah.
And because Marvel was kind of pushing ABC, like, you got to air this. And they was like, no. You're getting the numbers from the DVR. That was a big fight. That's why Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. lasted, was the way it did and why they put it in the graveyard towards the end. That's what happened with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look what happened with speaking of ABC shows, The Wonder Years. I mean, that's sad what happened to that. That was awful. Because it was supposed to, like, it's not a. Some people might say it's a writer's strike catastrophe, but it's not. It's just Fred Savage was producing that show, and then he had some allegations, and they just like, you know what, we're just gonna throw it to the wolves. Put it on the summertime. Nobody gonna care. We can justify canceling it. Sad but true.
It's what it is.
It be like that sometimes, unfortunately. It be like that.
Beautiful. I found out. Ha 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 ha. Never mind. Sorry, y'all. I've been trying tricks of the trade here, and I think I figured out something. So we may do some what do they call it? Live reviews, live reacts to some anime. Now, unfortunately, you all won't be able to see it in its full splendor and glory, but if we do a live react, I will be able to tell you where I'm at, so you can go watch it while we're watching it, and you can kind of react with us as we go. So, but you'll be able to see kind of some of it, as you can kind of see if you look at the top corner across from us over that way, where you can kind of see a show behind the image there. I've got to kind of fade it out to where it doesn't come through so we don't get striked if we decide to do a react of some sort. So,
It'd be like that.
Right. It'd be like that. So, we care about y'all. We love y'all, but, yeah.
October's going to be lit with the anime. Dr. Stone. That's what I'm waiting on. Dr. Stone.
Got some dates for big anime releases for October. I have heard that. I remember Doc Stone was coming out. What was one of the other ones? Let me pull up
Bleach has
my
already
list.
started.
Yeah, Bleach has already started.
No Boruto just yet. We probably at least another year from Boruto. So Henshin's finished. Attack on Titan. I think it's Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't thinking about it. That makes sense. That makes sense. There is a new manga that came out, Kagurabaki. I still don't know the exacts about it, but I've heard that it finally topped FMA Brotherhood on most of the review sites. Excuse me, on most of the review sites. Even on Mal, my anime list, where FMA has been the top since like for years, at like a 9.10. It's now the new manga is at a 9.16. Now, as far as it still has a ways to go, like people are making this big deal about it surpassing FMA. What I tell people is this: true, it may have surpassed it today, right? But it's only got 480,000 views, like reviews. Right. FMA Brotherhood has over 3 million. You know what I mean? Like, if it can keep it over that 9.10, it's at 9.16 now. You know what I'm saying? So it has very little margin for error. But it's still got another 250 million reviews before it can say it's anywhere near topping FMA Brotherhood as far as the reviews go.
I'd wait 3 chapters. Honestly, with Shonen Jump, the way they've been axing series lately, I'm still mad over Red Hood being canceled last year. So I'm still kind of mad about that. So.
They got to go with what's selling though. You know,
it's a business.
Like
I get it. I just don't like. I didn't like that one.
He says I can understand it. That don't mean I gotta like it.
that one had potential. That was just about to turn around, but it's a case of too little, too late. Unfortunately, so I'm looking at the Shonen Jump app right now. And I'm trying to see Kurogiri. Yeah, it was the number 2. Yeah, I was looking at the listing of the new series. I think it was the first, and then there's it's like that. Then another new series, then One Piece, then My Hero, then Sakamoto Days. That's the top 5. That's the first 5. I mean, shout out to Sakamoto Days. It's still hanging in the top 5 with still no anime, but that's another topic for another day.
Oh, that's fine. The fact that it's there is why we're gonna end up with one.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You know what I mean? I know Tokyo Revengers is supposed to be coming back. Rising of the Shield Hero new season is supposed to be coming as well. I want to say Tsukimichi is coming. If that's the name of it, let me double check here.
Goblin Slayer 2.
Goblin Slayer 2, yes. Dead Mount Death Play. Second part of that's coming out. That is going to be nice.
I enjoyed the first season.
Oh yeah, first season was love. Let's see here. If you're a 7 Deadly Sins person, the next little group of that is coming out.
I stopped watching.
Is it Fairy Tail coming out, or is that winter?
I think that's winter. I think that's a little later. I know the Faraway Paladin next season is supposed to be dropping. As well as a new Beyblade.
Y'all said Fairy Tail dropping a new art?
It's supposed to be a new something. Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 years west or something that hasn't been handled.
Uh-huh.
Look out for Fairy Tail tattoo coming soon.
I think that probably won't be till spring.
Yeah, because I know I heard the current Yu-Gi-Oh series wrapped up not too long ago. So.
Eminence in the Shadow. That's the other one. Eminence in the Shadow is coming out.
I need to still watch it.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch that one. Yeah. And then Undead Unluck is supposed to finally release.
That was the other one.
Yeah.
Like I said, I read the first 10 chapters. Like, you know what? I'm waiting for the anime. This is good.
Yeah. You ALT I think is November, if I'm not mistaken.
That's not what
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't care, but I'm just gonna watch it, so I don't know how it ended.
Yeah, I still haven't. I didn't watch the last part 1. When they said ending part 1, I was like, I'm done. I'll wait and listen to everybody else talk about it.
Lonnie, are you still playing Dead by Daylight?
Gameplay is drowning, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I forgot that it had popped up. There we go. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, well, as our #1 supporter, this is for you. That's a code to 400,000 blood points.
Oh, that's a lot of points.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
It's be nice.
You are appreciated.
As our most consistent supporter, you're here every week, and we appreciate you for it.
Most def, most def.
I don't play Dead by Daylight, so I don't know how far 400,000 points will go, because maybe shit costs 100,000 points. I don't know. But there you go. I hope it's beneficial to you.
There you
I
go.
got that somewhere. Yeah, I think I got that somewhere on the PS5 somewhere, buried somewhere.
I'm just kind of skimming through some things here.
Oh, while you skimming, update. So for those of y'all who tuned in last week to the show, y'all witnessed a very cringy but exciting announcement. Your boy started Baldur's Gate, and while we were on the show, a little yellow alien started talking very nasty to me.
Yeah, it did.
And so I smashed her. But we have an update.
We knew that was gonna happen, but go ahead.
Yeah. So we have an update. I met a nice little tiefling named Karlak. She's fucking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, damn, can I get her? I've been smashing this damn fucking alien. And
Did you pull her?
And so I started doing research. Can I mess with more than one person at a time? And after extensive research, I found out that I can try.
You can try.
Oh boy.
That sounds like a roll of the dice, bro. That sounds like a roll of the dice.
Listen, it gets good. It gets good.
Sounds like a karma check. Or
What
something.
I need to understand is, so the little yellow alien, her name is Lae'zel. Beautiful name, by the way. Tiefling's name is
Streets.
That's facts. I don't give a damn.
Hey.
So, Karlak, I went back like 2 hours of gameplay, went to a save that came before to go grab her before I finished a mission that I already finished, because it allows me to seduce her, so to say. And I did. I successfully seduced Karlak, who I'm trying to make the wife. And after doing what I had to do, we are in a position where your girl is fucking with your boy and has declared that not only am I the one for her, but she don't mind me fucking the little yellow alien bitch while I'm pursuing her, because if you don't play Baldur's Gate, so Karlak is a tiefling who's literally on fire. Yeah. And so she can't touch you. I kiss her, and my lips fucking spark up and shit. It's crazy. She gets really... This is probably why I love her. She fucking gets, like, super emotional. She's like, oh my god, are you okay? And all this good stuff. And she's like, oh, but just understand that once we fix this problem, you're mine. And I was like, talk that shit. This is how the little alien bitch got me. Because she was like, I'm taking what's mine. And now I got another chick talking about, oh yeah, that's me all day. Which I like that type of shit, bro. Be assertive, you know. Tell me, don't ask me for it. Tell me you taking that shit, and I'm, woo, Jesus. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so Carlac is like, listen, I can't touch you right now, but
Death by Snoo Snoo.
This is shit I'm gonna do to you, and I was like, oh, say that. Okay. And yeah, so now I'm not fucking Carlac because she's on fire. But I'll be kissing her every now and then. And I'm still smashing the yellow alien. She's a gift Yankee, is what she really is.
Okay.
This is literally how Carlac refers to her. After I have my nice little conversation with her and we kiss for the second time, my fucking lips go on fire again, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm good, let's go again. She's like, well, just understand that you're gonna be mine, and since I can't touch you right now, go ahead, keep doing your shit with the little, yeah, this is literally what she says, go ahead, keep fucking with the little yellow alien, just know.
Not okay, Usher.
It's literally what she says. She says,
I thought it was but
she's like, you mine, but you know,
Man.
I can't have fun right now, so keep fucking with the little yellow alien, and when that time comes, it's me and you. And I said, say that. I'm here for you all day, every day. And she said, and I quote, I would believe you even if you said 1 + 1 = 7. And I said, say that. Yes, sir.
I give it 2 weeks before Monty has Baldur's Gate and kill that person. I'm giving it 2 weeks.
Hey, that's fine.
2 weeks.
Oh man,
she's not gonna die on my game, so.
So I'm playing it on PC. However, so right now they don't have cross platform play. When they fix that, because they say it's in the works, we will be doing a group playthrough of Baldur's Gate, which is going to be hilarious. I have a feeling. So
it is. But
do you have to pay for it? Is it
I'm
free
calling.
No, that one you have to pay for. Yeah.
I will just commentate then. So
that's cool. That's cool. He can have her.
Any of the other ones
from the streets. She said the streets. I'm done with her.
Technically, I'm not for the streets because I got permission. 1, 2. When that time comes, I will be committing to her. She's wifey, and that little yellow alien can go fuck herself. I don't give a damn.
Wow.
Basically, I broke it off with the little yellow alien already when I started talking to her.
Yeah.
Then I found out that I didn't have to do that, so we ran it back, and she said what she said. She said, I don't mind sharing. Just know when we fix this situation with my skin being on fire, you're mine. And I said,
it'd be like, okay,
a
I
mess.
guess it'd be like that. I guess it'd be like that.
Oh, real quick, Tsukimichi is in January. My fault, not this fall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, season 2 is gonna be in January.
Yo, I enjoyed Tsukimichi the first.
Oh, that was hilarious. That show was straight hilarious, yo.
It was comedy.
Oh my gosh, like from start to finish, the fact that he is human, but the humans don't think he's a human.
Yeah.
Like the monsters think he's a monster race of some other kind. Like
now the twist at the end though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I just need him to take off them rings. That's all I want to do. I just want to see him have to fight something that makes him take off all 10 rings. Like,
Hey.
it's like, if you know that show, let's just say each ring is made to suppress a certain amount of power.
Yeah.
He had to get 10 of them, and one can, like, do a lot.
That's fact. He take one ring off, and and niggas
like everybody runs. Like,
if I ever see him take off all 10 rings, I'm scared.
bruh, like I don't think any normal person could stand within a certain like radius of him if he takes off. Yeah.
If even one hand gets free, it's a wrap.
Right. One full hand comes out, that's a whole other issue. So,
It's a wrap.
man. Oh wow. Real quick for our Fairy Tale friends, they are switching studios here coming up. It's been A1 Pictures and Cloverworks up until now, and it's going to JC Staff, if I'm not mistaken. They do One Punch Man, like that type stuff. So I'm interested to see what they do. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. They did Prison School, Food Wars. Is it wrong to pick up girls in dungeons? You know what I mean? Like One Punch Man. And they're doing Fairy Tale from here on out.
Oh wow, that's a good catch.
We gonna see what they do with it.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get rid of the fucking power to friendship that makes everybody fucking sleep on. I'm so tired of the fucking Fairy Tale slander, bro. I'm so tired of it. Motherfuckers who know me know that Fairy Tale is in my top 3 favorites.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's top 3 animes of all time, but it's in my top 3 favorites.
Yeah.
And I'm so tired of the Fairy Tale slander, and most of it comes because they're like, oh, the fucking trope of power of friendship. And I'm like, bitch, take it for what it is. The show is good.
Okay, I got a question for y'all.
Okay.
So, on that topic, what is... Because I've never understood that conversation. What is... Now she tried to play you again.
Yeah.
She's trying to play you again. Next to the platinum end. But what do y'all define as power of friendship?
Okay. Perfect example. Sailor Moon.
Okay.
That is definitely power of friendship.
But what specifically defines it?
Okay. Power of friendship is using your friends as motivation for power. Okay. Funny I mentioned Sailor Moon. My next example is going to be you. Remember Yusuke versus
Too. But so you're telling me that if your ace died next to you in real life, you're not gonna spaz out?
I'm definitely spazzing out.
I mean, I guess that's what I don't get. That's why I don't get when people say, "Oh, power of friendship." Do you not have friends, my guy?
Yeah, they don't got no friends.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering where, or I guess why, it's a bad thing to have friends and care about those people.
Those who say they don't have friends, you just make it.
That's what I feel like, right?
Or they've been betrayed one too many times,
right? Like, you're telling me if you have a family that you care about, now everybody doesn't, but if you have a family that you care about, you know what I mean? A significant other that you care about, a best friend, a dog that you love, and somebody takes out. I mean, if that's the case, John Wick is a man with the power of friendship.
You know what?
I mean,
saying, bro. Like, let's be real. Don't click. To the people in the chat, minus Monty, because I know she wouldn't do that. She's probably on the list as well. But if motherfuckers fuck with y'all, I have the piece. Don't clip it and use it as evidence if something happens. But believe that certain people, I'm ready to do some
grimy stuff,
some criminal things.
Right.
We're talking about anime, but power of friendship or power, or you get like a boost or a rage boost when someone dies. I'm about to throw a hood classic at you. Boys in the Hood.
Right.
supposed to train Boys in the Hood? If Cool Heads didn't prevail, like he told him to get him out that goddamn car, that's a power of friendship.
Power of friendship. Y'all remember was it Four Brothers?
Yeah.
Ooh, I ain't seen that movie in a long
Where they
time.
killed his mom.
Such a great movie. Such a great movie.
Like, that's power of friendship. Like every revenge plot is power of friendship.
I did not say that. I said you are. That's what I said. Except for Monty.
Because she's already know. You're in there, Monty.
I said to the people in the chat, except for Monty, don't clip this. Because I know you're not going to clip it because you're one of the people
right.
who I would do criminal activities to
assist.
That
right.
is what I'm saying.
Right.
Why would you clip it and use it against me for evidence?
I'm protecting you. Right.
Right. That's why I said except for you.
She said the power of friendship is when things are looking grim and your best isn't enough. But, I mean, okay, I get that. So you have to rely on your friends to get through. But isn't that what life is about? Mm-hmm. Like, people keep saying it's cliche, and I'm to each his own. Everybody can have their own opinion about it. But life is not about living this solo journey. It's about your friends. And
Pause. Do you see it?
What? I'm snitching. She said I'm snitching, yeah.
Alright.
Get stitches, remember that.
Right.
Hey.
Oh, man. But yeah.
Get down, lay down. I mean, that's enough.
I mean, every time Wolverine spazzed on somebody was because of what? Power of friendship.
Think about. You know what make me think of Old Man Logan, and that makes so much.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it. Then you turned around and killed my ace. You messed up this person. You did this.
Wait, I got the perfect. We're talking about power of friendship.
Well, you better not kill my ace.
Goku turned Super Saiyan. How did he turn Super Saiyan? His best friend got murked in front of him.
Thank you. Thank you.
How lucky my ace ain't on right now.
Goku, prime example. Prime example. You said it's about how it's conveyed. But, okay, you said it's because of how it's conveyed. And you say it feels cliche. So I'm assuming you like it feels sappy or something. That is kind of what you mean by that. But how else do you convey the emotion of losing your best friend? In real life. Like,
there's some hurts you don't come back.
You don't come back. Gone, knowing that Kite died in Hunter. We know he wouldn't have won that fight if he did not spaz.
That's facts. That's facts. And Hunter x Hunter is one of the greats.
Like, what was it?
Damn.
Okay, we'll take it to people. The Equalizer.
Ooh, I had that in the back of my mind. I wasn't gonna say it.
That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? They tried to off the girl, and because of that, he spazzed.
That's true. I just saw that movie last week, and that is so true.
Hold it. Let's take him back, bruh. Let's take him way back. Captain.
Let's go back. You know I love when we go back.
And the Borg.
Damn. Yeah, I had to go there. Damn.
I love when we take it back.
I love when we take it back. Damn, I was gonna say Optimus Prime, but damn, okay.
Oh right. Oh, Prime is a perfect one too. Prime is definitely a good one. You know what I mean?
I love it when we show our age.
Right?
Maybe. You know what? Now I think I can bring this full circle. Maybe
so,
people hate the power of friendship because it's so cliche and it's such a trope nowadays that when you see it and it's so obvious,
it's a trope. Yeah.
You see it. When something becomes a trope, that's when people dislike it. When it becomes a trope.
But I guess hold on real quick. Monty said there's a difference in how it's done in Sailor Moon compared to DB. Okay, so it's in the way. I guess, like you said, it's in the way that it's done. Usually, and tell me if I'm wrong, Monty, and you all too. Tell me if I'm wrong. when people say it's the way it's done, is because it's an emotional journey. And not just I'm pissed.
There is a difference. Like, when I'm pissed, that's Goku turning Super Saiyan. Sailor Moon, definitely different situation.
Right, you don't want to see the emotions, but that's what happens. Because, let's be honest. Okay, now I'm about to go somewhere.
No.
Y'all tell me if I need to come back, okay?
No, it is.
And feel free to, and my boys, feel free to correct me, because I know y'all got me, right? I know y'all will. Y'all put me in my place.
All day.
All right, so
Oh dear.
if you lose someone in your life,
Mm-hmm.
there are these things called the stages of grief,
Right.
Okay.
right?
I'm listening.
The first stage is usually what?
Denial.
And after that,
Anger.
Anger.
but no one wants to go past that first two stages.
Yeah.
Or some stay in that second stage.
Or they stay in the second. You see what I'm saying, though?
It's facts. It's facts.
So if, and I think this is where the trope piece comes in, because they don't just stop at the anger piece, right? It shows the other stages of grief that people don't like it and call it a trope.
Ooh, okay, good point. You know what's funny? I was watching a YouTube video about this. This might be a perfect example. I was browsing YouTube the other day, and I happened to come across a video about Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the third season.
Mm-hmm.
About how it changed, like Jaden's personality changed. He became just so he started losing his friend, and he just lost it. Like he just became cold, calculated. He didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He just didn't
Right.
give a fuck.
Right.
By the end of the third season of GX, Jaden went for like this. Oh, I'm happy-go-lucky. Like he saw the power of loss, saw how his friends died, how they sacrificed for him to save the day, and he ended up fucking it up.
Right,
It's
right.
a miracle for him to come back from everything. And it's sad. This is a crime for kids. This is one of many crimes for kids. We never got the fourth season of GX because that dealt with the trauma and everything of that third season.
Mm-hmm.
So it took him battling Yugi at the graduation episode in order for him to get his humanity back. Like he just didn't care. He went from I like to duel for fun to like
I'm coming for that head. Yeah.
I gotta come for the smoke. Like he becomes the supreme king and just plays reckless. He just don't give a fuck. Like I'm murking people on sight. You dead. You doing me, I'm killing you. That's it. Game over.
It's facts.
Yeah.
And then some people is like that. That's why I remember when I heard about the fourth season of GX, I was like, oh, there was a fourth season. I went out and seen it. And you see the trauma, like Jaden was like all the other students had left Slifer Red. He was the only Slifer Red left.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wanted to go to Slifer Red, and his friend like, oh, come together. He's like, no, I'm staying here by myself. I don't care. I don't want to be bothering nobody. And it took him through time travel shenanigans, battling the original Yugi to get his humanity back.
Yeah.
It took him that that graduation duel is very like Jaden getting back to the way he was earlier in the scene. Like you duel for fun. Like, yeah, you got to save the world every now and again, but that doesn't mean you can't still have fun doing things that you love to do.
Right.
That's like certain people like we're doing this Twitch thing right now. There's some people that their life and death are Twitch, or some people who are playing. When we have Madden and NBA 2K come out, that's their life.
Yeah.
Like that's all they're about. Like
yeah.
You cannot. And then you see those TikToks of people like, oh, I'm his girlfriend, I'm gonna mess up his game. Like, no, you don't do that. That's a betrayal. That's a betrayal.
Yeah.
It's over.
You talk about power of friendship. That's a reverse of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's certain things like people, like there's certain things like you can crack people. Everybody can be mentally cracked.
Yep.
And sometimes it takes a moment. It takes some. Jay's not here so I can say this. Boruto's going to almost be another example of this based on what's been going on in the manga.
Oh yeah.
He came back. This man is like Naruto, but with Sasuke's mindset, and that's a scary fucking thing.
That is what it was. Like I think that was what they were trying to go to. Like now, even though I haven't caught up on Boruto, right? And
I wouldn't know.
You've been making this point the entire time, Rod, and I'm starting to see it. Like as I'm catching up, I'm starting to see it. They basically turned around and remade Naruto as Sasuke.
Exactly.
And like that was the story that we were asking for before. Like we wanted him to be ruthless. But now we got it, but because it's his son, most people look at it differently. If that makes sense.
Exactly. You're getting what you want. And Modest has to go with the anime, but that's another topic. I think the anime tried its best. I think Boruto, same thing with Black Clover. If they were seasonal, they would have been fine, honestly. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel bad. Everything that happened with Black Clover, they just had bad luck after bad luck. I feel bad for Black Clover, low-key. That's probably another conversation. But Boruto came back. He's like, slight spoilers, like the chapter just came out. He's telling Cole, like, yo, you better stop what you're doing right now before I have to put hands on you.
Right.
He's being Naruto's being all conflict. You know how Naruto used to talk to his villains before he threw hands.
He's like, yeah, nah, we're not talking no more. We about to go ahead and end this.
Which is how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if y'all saw the manga panel of Boruto stepping on Cole's face. I was like, oh damn, this guy's
yeah.
I was like, oh, he's on demon time. I'm like, ooh.
He on demon time.
That's all it is.
And he's pretty much telling Cole, you better stop what you're doing right now. I'm going to murk you right now. But and Cole's like, no, I've been chasing you for 2 years. You think you that confident? And he's like, oh, I took that.
You a hater, Monty. The fuck? I'm a hater. I hope I catch you just because you said that shit.
Oh, Lord. I done lost my point. Oh, I'm back. Okay. So pretty much, Arthur's telling Cole, like, okay. And he was telling everybody, get out the way, I'm about to do something. And the ending chapter is, Boruto has a new Rasengan where he could do the Rasengan around his whole body. So
wow.
I don't know what the hell he came up with, but...
He basically can wear it.
Alright, now you getting disrespectful. Oh,
and 18. I don't wish that on anybody. Damn.
Wow. Now I hope your Giants are 0 and 18. I hope you miss your Pokemon, and I hope your Giants are 0 and 18.
Stand on it.
Wow, money.
Stand on it.
Hold up, real quick. Let's see here. You said, so we knew Sailor Moon was a crybaby compared to Gon, who was happy, so she doesn't get a pass. When Gon took a smile off, you knew shit was going down. Yeah, but the point I'm making is not that she was a crybaby. It doesn't matter if you're a crybaby or not. What matters is the point I was getting to was, and I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to change anybody's mind on how they feel about the trope of the power of friendship, right? I'm merely stating what I've noticed. People in real life don't like dealing with grief correctly. And when they see someone going through grief in real life, they can't handle it either. So they make jokes about people. They play them to the left. They make them try to slide it under the bed. You know what I mean? That's what most people do. And so when you see that in a show you're watching, all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to deal with it here either. I came here to get away from real life. You see what I mean? Like, most animes that we watch that are good, most good anime, most of the top tier anime is based off of family, friends, grief, and overcoming said grief.
Right. True point. And I'm looking at vocab's picture here, and I'm seeing two protagonists that definitely are coming to mind right now. One above him and one to his left.
Uh-huh. Which ones?
Tanjiro and Edward.
Yo, yeah.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. Even your beloved Esdeath. I mean, if it gets, so you say it gets too predictable. Okay. On that topic, the predictability is, and this is just my thought, and tell me if I'm wrong. The predictability is that they're going to overcome their grief. They're going to go through their stages to become a better person, and then they're going to win the fight.
So hey, don't talk about me like that.
You're upset with the fact that they overcame their grief in a positive way. I'm not talking about you specifically. You know what I mean? But people who don't like the trope, like, or the predictability of it, I mean, unless they don't get over their grief, it's gonna be predictable. Otherwise, they're going deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole.
And some people who don't get over a certain death or grief, or I mean, you see it in alternate takes of universes or TV shows. I know we were talking about Sailor Moon, but you know what? You know, we had a good example of grief too. Now that I'm thinking about it, Yusuke, when he thought Genkai died, he went through almost all the stuff.
Oh, he went through all of it. All of it. Yeah.
Like, he went through the denial, he went through the anger, and then I meant to bring it up when we were talking about it a few moments ago. I forgot to mention it because we get sidetracked, but Yusuke went through all the grief because he was in denial, feeling like, no, Genkai's not dead. She's not dead. She's gonna be here for the final match. She's gonna be here for the final match. And then you saw how everybody was quiet. Nobody wants to, like, yeah, she's gone, dog. Like, she's gone.
Yep.
That's what I say. One of them, like I said, Tagashi's a good writer. Don't get me wrong, but I wish he'd have kept Genkai death because that death would have mattered to Yusuke and built him up more as a character. In my honest opinion, I think that was probably one mistake Tagashi did with Yu Yu Hakusho. I would have kept Genkai dead, kept her dead.
No, that's right.
But the thing is, so you got to understand that, like you said yourself earlier, Rod, that not processing grief effectively can break someone. And let's be real. Yusuke Urameshi, at that stage in his life, would not have went the right direction.
He would have became Tagoro, and that's the ironic.
100%. So, like, yeah, I agree with that. I wish she'd have died. Like, she'd have stayed dead for character development, but he would have had to introduce some, and I mean some major stuff, to keep him from going and following the Tagoro brothers.
I think Kurama and would have probably kept. No, they wouldn't have kept him in check for 2
Kurama was evil as hell. I don't care what nobody says. Kurama is a demon day one. Like, let's be real.
Kurama, that old dude that did a lot of shit, and he's like, you know what?
Right.
I've been seeing some shit.
That's what Kurama is. You know what I mean? They'd have tried. But they also know Urameshi is not as half cocked as he would run off. He would run off for a specific reason.
And that was the whole point of the Demon King arc too. I mean, the way it was going, he just left the human world because it was just like, because Keiko called him like, you can just blow up the world when you want to. You can do anything you want at this point. I mean, you beat Sensui. What else is there for you to do?
She said, I'm fine with the trope. I just like when the shows get too predictable. Okay. And I said, I'm fine with the journey to get there. I don't think One Piece needed a 1,000 for Homer to become a Pirate King.
Let me address the last one.
You got this? You got this?
I got it.
Oh,
all
man,
right.
I had another example.
All right, go ahead, Rod.
Before you go.
Yeah, you go, Rod.
Then we can go to our vocab's topic. I know people love this franchise and love this multiverse, but another perfect example is Injustice Superman.
Okay.
Especially if you know the comic book background, if you see how deep on the deep end Superman went before the Injustice game. I mean, for crying out loud, he became a yellow freaking lantern. That should scare you. That he had thinking that thought he was fighting Doomsday. Come to find out we didn't know at the time in the universe, he was married to Lois, he was about to have a kid, and because Joker messed with him, he ended up killing his wife and unborn child.
Right.
So, and there's some people that was justified to say Superman was right to murk the Joker in that situation, and Batman was just on his moral high horse, like, that was your villain. You should have murked him a long goddamn time ago. Like, some people cannot be redeemed. There's irredeemable people. Shit, I'll use Obito Uchiha as another example, but I'm gonna stay with DC for right now. But look at Injustice. If you go, like, if you ever get a chance, you guys look up Injustice and look up the comic books before the game.
Yep.
One of the biggest examples is Superman became a Yellow Lantern. That should scare anyone. If anyone,
I'm scared now.
I mean, if you think Superman's a problem, give him like of all the superheroes you can think of with any lantern power, a yellow ring Superman should scare the bejesus out of you.
Yeah.
That should scare you.
The only more scary to be if he had a red.
Yeah, that's literally it.
That's the only thing that would scare me more.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Kara became a Red Lantern too in one of the comics.
Oh wow, no, that's crazy.
Nah, you're correct.
Like that's how much of the deep end Superman went off. I mean, you go from being like the Boy Scout prime example of a super to a Yellow Lantern. That should scare anyone. I don't care who you are. That's a
Shout out to DC Comics.
I mean, we were talking about Yusuke, but that's kind of the direction Yusuke was going. He would have, like I said, keep Genkai Date. Let's say a Yellow Lantern ray floats into the Yu Hakusho. Yusuke becomes a Yellow Lantern. Like there's certain anime characters, certain spectrums of the. That's probably another topic for another day. But Superman downfall, he felt like he had to do justice his way.
Yeah,
he lost his wife. Like he was.
I tried to do it right. I tried to do it the nice way.
But now I got to do it the other way.
Right.
Like, and I mean, people still have this debate with Death Note.
You doing a bit much this episode, Monty.
She said, "Keep DC out your mouth, Marvel." Whoa, hold up. See, DC does everything wrong.
I shouted out DC fucking comics. Don't come for me, okay? I'm standing on it.
So what I will say is this:
I chose Marvel over DC in silver screen. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Be on this. You can go through all the episodes. You've been here for all of them. That's why you got what you got for being the most consistent viewer. We have completely stated multiple times when it comes to Marvel versus DC, Marvel wins movies, DC gets comics. It's kind of half and half. And then when it comes to shows, so don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. He's made it very clear that we are just straight up blurs.
It is across the board.
There's not a real blurred on this planet that would ever
deny
really
DC.
That DC has better movies than Marvel, or that DC comics are trash. Bro, no real blurred is saying that.
No.
Ever.
DC has some great comic book stories.
Oh, their storylines are gritty as they come.
Bro, so don't do that. You made me choose which one was my favorite, and I chose Marvel. Don't act like that don't mean I can't fuck with DC. I'm a comic nigga. I have over 1,000 of them. There's a fucking. Remember when niggas used to have trunks?
Yeah.
Like luggage trunks.
The cardboard cases.
I got a full ass trunk in Jamaica of just straight comic books, full to the rim. So we not gonna do that. We not gonna do that.
Speaking of Marvel and DC, I know we were supposed to be working on some lists today. Actor. I don't know if y'all want to that'd be a good segue into that. If y'all want to go that route, or you want to wait for Jay.
That's up. You said you wanted to wait for Jay originally, so it's up to you.
Yeah. I feel like when we do lists, Jay should be a part of it.
Okay.
I'm with it.
I thought that'd be a good. Okay, I can respect that. I thought it'd be a good segue, but okay.
That definitely would have been a fun.
It really would have, though. Yeah.
It would have, for sure. Yeah. But I don't want Jay to miss out on that.
Okay.
That's a really good list too.
Like, right.
I was really sitting down and doing this earlier. Like,
just keep it to the side. Just tuck it.
I know.
Look, put it in the file folder. You know we all got them.
We do.
I'll keep it in the mini notebook because I had a controversial one, but I guess we're gonna have to wait till Jay gets here.
All right, we'll wait on that one. That's cool.
Y'all gonna be mad.
Oh, that's fine. Let's go with it. You know how it is. Shoot.
Let's just say I want a DC actor to have a comeback story, and I'm petty enough to actually put.
Hey, and I ain't mad at you for it. I'm not mad at you for it.
I think. Don't know what it is. See, I'm gonna leave it alone. We're not gonna go because if we keep talking, we're gonna end up getting into it without getting into it. All right. We'll switch it up. What else?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Monty said, "Are y'all thinking the fatigue is sitting in with Marvel?" I do think so.
Fatigue sitting in with Marvel.
A little bit, but I think it's just pacing issues. Honestly, I think Endgame was just such a climax. It's just hard to get back to come. We still coming down from that climax, and I think that's the problem. I don't think it's fatigue. It's just your expectations are so high after Endgame. It's just like it's not. And you're not getting the dope from me you were getting from Endgame or anything. I mean, you come out the gate after Endgame, you got Spider-Man. That the second Spider-Man movie is kind of like an epilogue. Mm-hmm. Then you get WandaVision. I know a lot of people didn't like WandaVision. I know I didn't watch the Hawkeye show. I kind of skipped it myself personally, just because. Just not my cup of tea. I mean, I'm not a big Hawkeye person, so that wasn't going to be for me. So I was like, you know what? Nah, skip it. I know I haven't finished Secret Invasion again, partly because there's just a lot of other stuff on. Like, I wouldn't say fatigue. I think there's just other stuff on, and people are just bagging onto it. Honestly, my honest opinion.
I get where you're going with it. I don't think it's fatigue, though. I think it's Disneyed. It's been Disneyed.
I can see that. I think I can see that.
Yeah. Like, Disney tries to keep cranking. Disney's trying to squeeze milk out of cheese, and it's dry. Right now. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, so since our podcast is built of writers, right? We got some poets, we got some fiction writers, you know, but I think what the issue is Marvel has hit a climax, but there's so much in the Marvel universe that they can't have a fallen action to follow the climax, which is what's causing the disruption. Because as writers, we all know after the climax comes the fallen action to where you can conclude.
Right.
But because they've hit a climax, instead of just continuing to build up, knowing how much content they have, there's no fallen action, and so it's becoming played low key with how they're what's the word I'm looking for?
Like the setup for the pacing?
Yeah, how they're actually like damn, I have the word, it's on the tip of my tongue. How they're it starts with an A. Fuck.
A trophy? No, that's not it.
No. Whatever. Fuck the word. Whatever. But basically, with how they're continuing the Marvel universe.
You're talking about so usually you've got after the climax you have your fallen action, your resolution.
Right.
Usually.
Right.
They're not gonna keep going up. They've got to come down off of it, which technically I guess you could say the second Spider-Man was the falling action.
Right.
And resolution. If you want to be honest. Right. It combined both of them together after between that and Wakanda Forever. Like those two movies were kind of like the fallen action and resolution of the rest of Endgame.
Right.
And now we're at a state, I think after Wakanda Forever, we are now at a state of just being in the Marvel Universe.
Exactly.
And so they're trying, and I don't think they're doing it well, but they're trying to play off of what they put in the Endgame and Multiverse of Madness. Like, I think that was the other one I missed. Multiverse of Madness, the Spider-Man, and Wakanda Forever. That was kind of that fall down, come off of Endgame.
Right.
I think they tried to front load Multiverse of Madness and WandaVision to prep for this Secret Invasion stuff. Okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the Secret Invasion show didn't hit like I felt it could have. Like, I don't know if y'all watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when it first came out. I thought the first season was good, But after that, I felt like it just kind of dropped.
Fell off.
Right.
Yes.
And it kind of gave me that feel of after the drop off. That was kind of where I was at when I started watching Secret Wars. As far as storyline, Kang was the next big threat, which we had Quantumania as kind of like the new. So take the expositional portion of the story of your story build up as Secret Wars, and what else did we have come out? We didn't have anything else come out after that. It was really Secret Wars. That's our exposition portion, right? Like it or not, it does give setup for some things. You know, I think Quantumanium is a part of that exposition portion because that's how we get to really know Kang. Like in a deeper sense. It wasn't bad, but I feel the same way I feel about Civil War with it. If that makes sense.
Right.
Okay, I see. Yeah, because Civil War is kind of like a setup to the madness.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
Right. So I feel like the Quantumania was part of the expositional piece. Now we're ready for the rising in the action. Venom, the new Spider-Man with the Venom suit, that's not going to be anything in the Marvel universe. That's not going to affect anything. It's just that's a Spider-Man thing on its own. Like I don't think that's going to affect the Marvel universe at all.
No,
you know what I mean?
The Sony Spider-Man movies have nothing to do. The only thing is we got that post-credit scene where we know the symbiote is now in the MCU proper.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, that's something that's going to be circled back now. I know Vocab was mentioning that all of us are a bit of a writers here. And when you're thinking about MCU, coming off Endgame, I think that would have been the perfect time to kind of set up the Fantastic Four. Honestly, that's what you should have started off with.
See, and I think that might be what the Kang is for. Because they were huge in that fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Kang, the introduction of Kang allows them to spin in different directions, right? So, for example, one, we get a new reboot of Fantastic Four because they fight Kang, right?
Right.
Two, that allows us to bring in Dr. Doom because Doom worked with Kang against Galactus. Three, it allows us to bring Galactus back into the picture.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which, four, allows us to link back to the Eternals movie. And I forget the big dude, the big red dude with the eyes on the head. You know what I mean? The Galaxy Eater, the World Breaker, those. So, I don't think that, now again, this is if Disney lets them do it correctly.
Keyword.
Right. Then I think we'll be fine. And I think that, like you said, Vo, we're in that lull stage again. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We're in that. Yeah. Yeah, Monty. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely ways to do it. Like Disney-wise, I think they were trying to be too experimental after the Endgame climax, and I think it came back and bite them in the butt. That's what low-key happened. Disney thought they could just get, they were coming off that high. Like we were just talking about, you off that high. Like it was like your creme de la creme, 10 out of 10, Chef Kiss type of movie. And then you're coming out, you had Spider-Man Multiverse Man to kind of set up, you're kind of using Spider-Man to set it up, and then it makes you wonder, because remember the original intention after Endgame was to make Black Panther the focus since we lost Chadwick. Unfortunately, you wonder how much of his passing
affected it. Yeah, rest in peace.
It makes you wonder how much of a focal point Black Panther was supposed to be going post Endgame. It made perfect sense because you would have had T'Challa as the big dog for MCU. You still would have had Tom Holland. He probably would have been the B character at that point. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And when Fox slowly is reverting getting the rights back, I could see we probably would have. And I won't be surprised if we get this in the next 5 years. We're probably going to get a Spider-Man Deadpool movie in the next 5 years. I'll just call that right now. But nonetheless.
I don't know. I'll give it, okay. I'm not going to say 5, but right outside 5. I'll say right outside 5. Only because he just pulled Wolverine back in.
Right. Like I said, it's going to take time.
Maybe 7?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say right between 5 and 10, though. I agree with you, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, I can see that.
Yeah,
So,
to give Holland some time to grow up a little bit, quote unquote.
Right.
You know what I mean? It also would allow us to bring in the other Spider-Man and have Spider-Verse before that.
That's another one to keep your Spider-Verse Eagles. Another one to keep your eye out on. Honestly.
So to continue with this Spider-Man conversation, I'm gonna flip it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna cause a little drama, cause the viewers love drama. Without taking nostalgia into consideration,
Okay.
who's the best Spider-Man? Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, or Andrew Garfield?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna be honest.
I know it is. I was telling him bring drama into this motherfucker.
I don't think it is. I think we may disagree, but I don't think it is. Now she said Miles Morales.
When I say
feel
drama,
that.
I don't mean like drama.
Yeah. She said Miles. Miles hasn't been on screen yet, honey. So other than him, he's not in this conversation.
Not just yet. Maybe
not yet. We need to get a live action Miles first.
Let's just be real. As black people and avid comic readers, we all got Miles.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. Side note: I wish Boyega was younger to play Miles.
I can see that.
I ain't mad at that.
Sorry, that was just one of those random ones that came up.
I'm not mad at all. Not mad at all.
But I think there's two different ways to approach that question about Spider-Man.
Right.
One is the year it came out. We did not have the Tom Holland graphics then.
That's true.
Sure.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? I think for what the movie was, what was his name? The first one.
Yeah,
Maguire. Tobey was good for the first one to come through.
Right.
Because we're not talking about Peter Parker. We're talking about Spider-Man. Because there's a difference.
We're not talking about Peter.
Right.
Because
That's a key difference.
when we talk about Peter, it should be a clear-cut Tobey.
Right.
That's a given. He was
Right. He was the perfect Peter, in my
Peter
opinion.
Parker, it should be a clear-cut. Like, that's not a conversation.
Yeah.
At least I don't. Between us,
I don't think it's a conversation. Right.
Yeah. Maybe the community as a whole, it could be one, but I'm talking about us.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I don't think that's
about,
even. Yeah, I don't think that's even a conversation. I think unanimously we all have Tobey as the best Peter Parker.
Right, strictly as Peter Parker, out of all of them, it has to be Tobey.
Yeah.
Holland would be number 2. Like I said, I can't judge Garfield because I have not seen The Amazing Spider-Man, so he would just be 3 for me just by default because I haven't seen his movies.
Gotcha.
You haven't seen The Amazing Spider-Man at all.
No, that's what I said. He'll be number 3 just as a default.
Okay.
For me.
I think once you watch him, I think you'll still keep the same. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I do. As far as Peter Parker.
As far as Peter Parker goes, just because Tom is goofy.
But that also kind of takes away from rating
the best Spider-Man.
If you haven't seen any of his movies.
I've seen snippets, but I haven't seen enough to give accurate. But
Right.
But if we're talking strictly Peter Parker, based on what I've seen and heard,
Andrew did get the short end of this stick for sure.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, he didn't get enough screen time. I mean, from what I've heard, I get it. But
yeah,
he did. Strictly Peter Parker. Tobey, considering the time, he was probably the perfect Peter at the time. Definitely, he was just coming off playing younger characters in other movies. He was in Pleasantville. He was in some other stuff playing young kids. So I mean, that was lightning in a bottle right there. Tom Holland is also another situation. Lightning in a bottle. Like I said, Andrew Garfield just came at an awkward time. So it's just.
So I want to say this. Monty brings up a good point about the writing and the storyline. That's another piece of this conversation that has to be looked at because.
It is, without a doubt.
Yeah, because if you think about it, the first 2 were intro to Spider-Man.
Right.
It was going back to him getting his powers, him, you know what I mean? Not him being Spider-Man, him becoming Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Those were those stories. Tom came in, he was Spidey.
He was Spidey.
Already. Like, it wasn't that. And then they went back and kind of showed a little bit. I like how they did it with, like, the Homecoming, where he went back from the new suit to the old suit. You know what I mean? To kind of pay homage to the becoming of Spider-Man type situation.
Right.
I just want to make a side note that has nothing to do with nothing. I hate Miami.
Okay.
Why?
It rains every day.
Oh, dang.
That's South Beach for you.
Every day. I'm in North Beach.
Dang.
And it's just like, Florida does this shit. If you've never been to Florida does it.
I live there.
I know you have, Rob. We're not talking to you. You live like 10 minutes from where I was at. But
true. We would have hung out a lot back then. We known each other.
Yeah, if we knew. But I moved to Miami and I'm more south than where I was. I was in Central Florida. Now I'm South Florida. And it literally, right now, it's fucking storming outside.
Dang.
Right? I don't know if you can hear the crackling of the fucking lightning. That's why I keep looking to the side, because this shit keep flashing in my damn window. Every fucking day, bro. There's no break. At least like in Orlando, because Florida rains. That's just a Florida thing.
Right.
But at least in Orlando, like, you get a day or maybe two where you got sunshine and just sunshine. Because it's Florida, so there's always going to be sunshine. Even when it's fucking storming, there's sunshine.
Gotcha.
But you'd have a dry day. Every fucking day. It's fucking rain. There's sunshine majority of the day. But once you hit like 5 o'clock, it's guaranteed within the next hour it's gonna rain.
Wow.
And this shit is bullshit. Luckily, I'm an introverted extrovert, so I be in the crib alive as hell.
Gotta love it.
But fucking, like, what if I was still young?
Right.
Because remember, I'm back in college. What if I was still young and I was still running the streets like I used to?
Yeah.
This shit is bullshit, bro. It's fucking bullshit.
Monty said, she said, thanks to Toby and his Spider-Man, changed how superhero movies were made, and is the reason why we have the current MCU. He deserves a lot of flowers. I can respect that. I'm not going to say I agree 100% with that's why we're where we are, but I definitely will say that he re-energized the Spider-Man franchise. I will say that.
Right. I won't say he's why we're where we are, but I will say he has impact on why we're where we are.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Impact for Toby is about financial. Yeah. Impact Toby, financial, we got to think was his next blade.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah.
Me.
Yeah, definitely.
But
yeah, I mean, we got to think about the type of story that they had. Had they started Toby and Andrew in the middle of being Spidey versus the intro storyline, I think those stories would have been a whole different situation.
Not facts.
You know? But because they started Toby as, I will say this to answer your question without going the long way. I think the best Spider suits came from Tom. I think the best Spider-Man progression came from Toby. Now, overall, if I could get Toby.
Yeah, we're going overall. That's Spider-Man.
I gotta.
Don't take into account Peter Parker.
Right.
That's Spider-Man.
Just being Spidey?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got to say Tom, but that's because of technology.
I feel that.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? I got to say Tom Holland, but that's because of technology and the time frame and the era of the swing motion. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it looks better as Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's facts.
Okay, this might be a parallel, but I think I got a better parallel to this.
Okay.
When we talk about Toby and Spider-Man, one franchise has had multiple iterations. Ninja Turtles. I'm gonna use Ninja Turtles as a perfect example.
Okay.
Toby is kind of like the '87 Turtles in a lot of ways. It was the first.
Okay.
It was the OG. It was first. Holland is kind of like Mutant Mayhem. It's like you get the modern technology. You get the
Into
modern.
the Spider-Verse is not an option.
She tried it.
She did.
I see where Monty's going.
That's the second time she brought it up.
Yeah, she keeps bringing it up.
Yeah.
I can respect it, but no, if we're talking about like iterations, like the '87 Turtles are always going to be that's going to be a lot of people's first.
Mm-hmm.
Like Toby was a lot of our first in Spider-Man. Now some people
Right.
are like Tom, and that's because that was their first Spider-Man. Or Tom takes advantage of the modern technologies and trinkets that we have now.
Right,
So
right.
I would say some of the later iterations of the Turtles, like Rise, Mutant Mayhem, they take advantage of the technology that we have at the times now. So there's more you can do. Like give Toby Spider-Man, Tom Holland's writing, you almost would have a perfect Spider-Man series.
I believe it.
Right. I don't even want to think about it.
Now, here's where I will say I don't think we'll really be able to get a good answer to this because there's the writer situation first. We all know that, right?
Right.
But I think once we see a Venom version of Tom Holland, we'll have a better idea who would have done it better.
That's a good point.
That's
We need MCU Venom. We need an MCU Venom, and even Carnage for that matter. We need MCU version. We need a comparison.
We need Carnage.
Yeah. So I think that'll help flesh that question out.
I recently was watching. I want to say it was on YouTube. I can't remember. But best villains of not the MCU universe, but Marvel period. And they brought up. I can't remember his name, but the nigga who's responsible for symbiosis. If you give me like 2 seconds, I'll tell you exactly who it is.
Okay.
Do not count 2 seconds.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi,
3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi.
Oh man.
Okay, no.
Ooh,
so
okay, Monty,
yes.
That's an interesting point. That's a good point.
It's complete. It blends up 3 year watch.
Right, but we're not talking. We're talking live action.
Yeah,
we're not talking about animated. Right.
We're talking about the movie. Yeah. No. KNULL for those that don't know. I'm not talking to y'all. I know y'all know.
No, you're good.
So they were discussing it. He ended up being number 2, and because it was like a top 10, like most powerful villains in the Marvel universe. And his first of all, if you don't know, let me give you a little backstory to this for the viewers, not y'all, obviously.
You're good, bro.
So basically, No is the epitome of darkness. And in this darkness, he's a celestial being who creates symbiosis based on himself. So like basically he splits parts of himself which he can control. But it's all like pieces of his flesh, basically. And they go out into the galaxy and fuck shit up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you get Venom and Carnage and all of the, I think it's 6 if I'm correct.
So, 6 different ones, yeah.
6 of the prominent, because there's millions of fucking symbiotes. Yeah, there's millions of symbiotes. Really, this nigga just like fucking split and fucking sent them out into the world and shit. There's dragon symbiotes, all that type of shit. But we need like if we're gonna go off into that symbiosis part of Spider-Man, we need to bring Null in to show like how this, because we already, especially because we already have Venom,
Yeah.
and now we need to bring Carnage in or whatever. But because we already have them, and we go abroad to this, we need to like bring Nolan so people understand like where the symbiotes come from and why they're as powerful as they are. Because
You
this
know
thing
what?
is literally a celestial being.
I wonder if Null. I don't know. Did Null have anything to do with the scroll in any way?
I want to
Not-
say he did.
Not that I know of, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, different verse, different rules. You can do whatever you want. So
Right.
Let me look. Give me a minute.
Toxin would be good, but we're not ready for him.
No, we're not ready for Toxin.
We're not ready for Toxin at all.
we're not gonna get any anti-venom or anything like that anytime soon either.
No.
Different verse, different rules.
No, but Null did take over the scroll. That's what I was thinking about.
He did, yeah. That's all I was just looking at, yeah.
So Super
He did,
Scroll,
yeah.
because Super Scroll fought Null, if I'm not mistaken. Lost, though, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to figure. The reason I brought it up is I'm just trying to see if there's a possibility of where we are now with the whole scroll thing leading into that. Because we know we're going to get the symbiote Spidey here soon. I don't know if we're going to get Eddie Brock.
I hope so.
I hope we get.
You can't really have them without Brock.
Okay, so I got a question. I gotta ask this. Do you feel Tom Hardy is the best for the character of Eddie Brock? I'm talking about comic style. Do you think Tom Holland, not Tom Holland, Eddie, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Saying it's Tom Hardy.
Tom
the
Hardy.
best
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we got you. We here with you.
Okay, just to reiterate what Monty said, has more to do with writing than anything else. Because looking at Venom, sometimes I'm thinking of watching Naruto and Kurama, but that's just me. That's just the way I can parallel something. But Tom Hardy, considering what he's had, not a bad Eddie Brock, not a bad Venom. I mean, I wouldn't have did Venom the way Sony did it, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
They did what they did. I get it. Because you really were trying not to use a Spider-Man, nor try to associate any of the three known live-action Spider-Mans with this particular universe. I totally understand that. I totally respect that. I know people have had their theories.
Right.
I'm saying this may be Andrew's universe. Some arguing it's Toby's universe. We know it's not MCU, so it can't be Tom's universe.
Right.
But nonetheless, I mean, consider like would I want to see a Tom Hardy act as Venom in an MCU written production? Yes, I'd give it a try. I wouldn't mind. I'd be open-minded enough to give it a try. I'm not sure who else you can get out there that can be Venom. It depends on how you want to. Again, this probably goes back to the writing and what they want to do with Spider-Man. Do you, considering when Spider-Man ended at the end of Homecoming or coming up, I forget the third title of the movie, but would it be a good idea to maybe, if he's in college, maybe you introduce Eddie Brock, you can introduce Bobby Drake, you can introduce Johnny Storm. I just thought of something. Yes, and this might work.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna throw this out there.
All right.
Okay, we know at the end of the last Spider-Man movie, we know Tom Holland Spider-Man, he's going to MIT.
Mm-hmm.
What if his roommates were Johnny Storm, Eddie Brock, and an Iceman, Bobby Drake. So Bobby Drake. Oh, give me a minute. I'm losing my focus here. Okay, so it's Bobby Drake, Johnny Storm, and Eddie Brock. Like, what if they all four were college roommates?
I wouldn't put Eddie in there, but I can see Storm. I can see Johnny, but Johnny never went to college.
Like I said, different versus different rules. I'm playing with this a little bit here.
Now I can see, but I can see Reed being a teacher.
That might be it.
I could see Reed being a teacher there. You know what I mean? So he comes and does a lecture. Because Tom would be interested in the whole time space theorem stuff at this point, right? Because of Tony. So it would make sense to have Reed do a presentation at the university that gives us Riri that he can run into. I can see him running into Johnny outside, or Sue even, if Reed is there. You know what I mean? So I can see that happening. Eddie, the way they've got Eddie, it depends. If we get a new Eddie, then they can do whatever they want, right? Because then he would have to be the same age as Tom, roughly, because they were in the same class, right? If they're porting over Tom Hardy, he's a reporter, and so depending on what Reed's thing is about, he might be trying to do research for Venom for the symbiotes. You see what I mean? Or just on the events of the planet at this point in time after Thanos and all that jazz, right? Because he was an investigative reporter, so they could worm it in that way. The Eternals had a person who looked like a college age person, so that's an option. Shuri could be there as as a professor for a day, technically, if they wanted to.
Or could she just be speaking there as a conference?
Right. It could be a conference. Actually, she could be coming. Her and Reed could be coming to speak at the same conference. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And to do something, because Tony's gone. His daughter would be there, of course. So that gives you that. So that merges Riri's storyline with Tony's daughter. If they wanted to do something that way. Let's see here. Banner is still the brightest mind, one of the brightest minds in the universe.
True, and Banner's pretty much Greyhawk at this point. But
at this point, so. Right.
I mean, not Greyhawk, Professor Hawk.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I can't wait to see Joe fix it. I want Joe fix it so bad. I want to see Joe fix it so bad. I want that in a Sin City vibe, though.
I can see that. That.
I want Joe fix it in a Sin City vibe. Anyway, side note. But yeah, so Hulk could be there, right?
Yeah. I mean, because Tom's going to MIT. Yeah, it's the most brilliant mind colleges out there.
MIT with Riri, right?
Oh wait, I think. What if? Okay, I think I got another idea because MIT is in Boston, right?
I believe so.
Okay, I think I can.
Monty, you're a Boston person. Is MIT in Boston?
Because if it is, I think I can fix Eddie Brock. I think I have an idea.
How?
What if he was undercover?
It's not. Okay.
Okay.
Cambridge, Massachusetts. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So then, what if Eddie Brock was undercover at MIT, but he's posing as a student? He's trying to get some dirt on somebody. Like we were just talking about.
But who would he be trying to get dirt on? Like, if we're using current Tom, right? Because he's a grown ass man. Like, he's not just. He don't look like a college student.
Okay, I can do it like this. Okay, we know what happened with the snap and the spell and everything, right? So we know everybody who knew Peter Parker was right doesn't know anymore.
True.
So what if Eddie Brock? Like I said, Eddie Brock is an investigative reporter. So what if we find interesting? Okay, this kid. Okay, this Peter Parker. Like he doesn't like. How did he get into MIT? We have no records of his parents. Because everybody who knew Peter Parker is gone.
No. Spider-Man is gone. Peter Parker is not.
Right, but let me finish my point. Like, how did he get all these access? Because nobody's supposed to know how Peter Parker got all this stuff. So what if we have a Eddie Brock investigating that particular angle? So he poses as a student and gets into Peter Parker's room as a dorm mate with the other two.
I mean,
that's an idea.
So I guess my question is, why would it be that important to Eddie? Like, if it's not on a global scale, I don't see him trying to waste his time on it.
Maybe it could just be a challenge. You know, investigative reporters, like he's just thinking of a challenge. He maybe heard a story about Peter's aunt dying and all this other stuff, and maybe he's trying to see, is it just made up? Like, did he cause the tragedies? Maybe, like I said, and then we had all the Jane Jonas stuff. Maybe he was a fan of those podcasts that Jameson had, since Spider-Man's and Mrs. And like I said, it could be maybe his mind's a little bit scrambled from the snap and then all those podcasts. So maybe he's trying to figure out, okay, who's Peter Parker cat and how did he get here? Think about it. Remember, at the end of the movie, he had to literally get a GED to get to MIT. So he didn't get in a more traditional route. He took the GED and then got into MIT. That is a little bit on you. He might be investigating that particular angle. Like, how does a GED student get into MIT? Like, that's like I say, a GED student get into Harvard. Like, how does that happen? You could probably be investigating that angle. It has nothing to do with Peter Parker. It could just be that particular angle.
So, okay, if we did that, and again, of course, all speculation, but if he did that, I think he would probably be more so going after Tony's corporation.
Like, who is this?
Because that would make it worth this time, I think. Like, you know what I mean? Who is this kid that Stark Enterprises decided to just, you know what I mean, endorse? Because that's basically what happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can see that.
Peter was named as a beneficiary. Yeah, he technically was a beneficiary.
Right.
If you want to use that.
Yeah.
Who is this kid? And with all the Spider-Man stuff being omitted, it's like, okay, Tony just picked a random kid out of the blue, and it happened to be Peter Parker. Like, who is this kid? Like, his aunt's dead. His aunt died in front of him.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Like, who is this? How did this kid get this? Be the benefactor to one of the mind you, and Tony has a daughter in the MCU. Why didn't everything go to her? Not wait a minute, I might have just figured this out on my own.
Yeah, you just brought up some shit.
That is definitely something an investigative reporter would look into. Why didn't all of Stark's tech and money go to this random kid Peter Parker and not his daughter? It could be maybe, like I said, with everybody not knowing Peter Parker was Spider-Man. What if Pepper was the one who hired the newspaper to look into this, man? Like, why did this kid get all this stuff? Why didn't my daughter get this? So it's kind of like
this, but stay on Spider-Man.
Yeah, but let's say Pepper's initiated this. Man, like, who is this Peter Parker kid? Like, how did he get all this stuff? Like I said, everybody doesn't know he's Spider-Man anymore. So how the hell does this kid get all this Stark tech when I have my own child who should have been the benefactor of all this Stark tech?
True. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, again, it's a bit of a push, but
it's a stretch.
Yeah, I can see it though.
It's a good idea to get those four characters as roommates in college.
I mean, I don't think they would need to be roommates. Just have them interacting in the same class setting would be enough. You know what I mean? Because then they could do it could be like a group assignment, or you know what I mean? As long as they're within the same department or working on the same project, that would be enough. True. Because he would still have Tony's tech to make the suit and repair the suit. And Riri would love to see that.
Oh, you saw how I was salivating in Wakanda Forever.
Although I will still say I'm not a fan of how they did Riri in Wakanda Forever, but I'm not gonna go deep into that.
Yeah, let's just say we're glad we have Black.
Eddie could be looking for Riri, who was just kidnapped. I could see that. International debacle. I could see that. Yeah. You're not a fan of Riri? Of like the casting for Riri?
I'm just glad she was introduced in a black movie. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. I'll be nice today. Just say I'm glad she was introduced.
I could see that.
Oh, you about to make the trip in the rain?
I mean, I could see that, yeah.
It makes sense. Like, I can see it. Like I said, we need to get some more of the legacy Marvel guys. And unfortunately, you have to use Spider-Man. Then Spider-Man's with Sony. And you know Sony's going to want, you want to introduce these characters. We're going to, it's going to be a tug of war. Even to do my idea is kind of a stretch.
Yeah.
Push. I mean, a good idea, but it's a push. You got to think about it. You're like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. It can work.
Yeah.
But it just like we've been saying earlier, it just depends on the writers and everything like that. It just depends on that.
I mean, like you said though, I mean, like what you just said, trying to bring in the legacy characters. The problem is the deeper they go into MCU lore, like the deeper they go into Marvel lore, you have to bring the legacy characters.
Speaking of which, so you brought up Toxin earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to see Misery.
Oh
no.
Yeah, girl.
Oh no. Oh
I want to
no.
see Misery, bro.
Oh,
because that brings in such another aspect of the Spider-Man universe. And
hold it, does Morbius interact with Misery?
Bro. We gotta get it because Venom got his movies. Obviously, we know Carnage has to be next. But Misery brings a whole new aspect to the symbiotes, and it's crazy.
I mean, that's a whole vibe line. We still ain't got Sinister Six yet. We're not going that deep.
That's fact.
We still want Sinister Six territory Spider-Man.
Because we got Morbius, we got Vulture.
Can you count that though?
I count Morbius and Vulture. So far, yes.
Morbius that we got, can you count that?
I can. I would. I thought it was a good Morbius. Because Morbius was never like a main character. He was always a side character.
Yeah, for sure. Just like we got Moon Knight.
But that means we should get Black Cat now.
First of all, they disrespected Moon Knight because Moon Knight's supposed to be black. But,
well, yeah. But, I mean, the dude is what? What race was he again? He wasn't white by far. Yeah, he wasn't white by far. So, that I'm fine with that.
White. I think he's like Egyptian.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. 100%.
Wait, you're talking about Moon Knight or Morbius? I'm confused.
Moon Knight.
Yeah. Moon Knight, okay.
Yeah. But, But no, like, we have Morbius, which means we need Black Cat.
No, we gotta bring Black Cat.
I'm just saying, we gotta have Black Cat now. We got the Goblins. Willem Dafoe is still around, and we know that is Green Goblin until he dies.
He gets the voice. Like, even if he's too old, he's not be the voice.
That type of charm.
Oh, yeah. I love that man. I love that man in his shows. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's...
we need a Hobgoblin, though.
Nah, that's real.
We need y'all in because we coming up with too many good damn ideas in this episode.
Like,
I mean, this is how.
But this is just the Sinister Six.
Yeah, that's facts. We ain't even get deep.
We got the Lizard. So you haven't seen Andrew Garfield's yet. That was the perfect Lizard.
I've heard that.
It was the perfect Lizard. So we technically have Lizard. We have. I don't know how I feel about Shocker, though. So, Tom Holland introduced Shocker, which I liked it, but I don't think most people understood that it was Shocker.
We gave it to Tom Holland just because of
if you know what I mean. Do you know what I'm talking about, Ryan?
Because the technology.
So, did you catch who Shocker was in the Tom Holland movies?
No, I probably missed it.
Okay, remember the black dude? So, remember the movie with the Vulture, right?
Right.
And remember there was a black dude who he became second in command and got them gauntlets?
And because of Roger.
Right, that was supposed to be Shocker.
Those are the Shocker gauntlets.
Right. We already had an MCU Shocker. I forgot about that until you said that.
So we have Shocker now. We got Vulture, we got Morbius, we got Shocker. We don't have a Rhino yet.
Black Cat could be Tom's new love interest.
That's what she is. Black Cat was the love interest.
That's all I was about to say.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's what she was introduced as.
Yeah.
I mean, she could be at MIT too. Just
she
saying.
was a thief. She could have been easy. So we got a Scorpion. Do we have Scorpion? We did have a Scorpion in Garfield's, which was good too.
Oh yeah, Scorpion was in
The
Garfield.
villains in Garfield's movies were A1. The guy who played Shocker passed away. Wait a minute.
We got
If
Jamie Foxx
Andrew
as Shocker.
didn't get the short stick that he did, Amazing Spider-Man would be so much better than what it was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
we got Jamie Foxx as Electro. We could just use him instead of Shocker.
Yeah, you have that. Then
Yeah,
then
but
you have the
Electro
whole
is
story
Electro.
with
Shocker
Gwen.
is Shocker.
I get it.
Hold on, he
I
passed though, money.
So there was the Scorpion was there, and
Hold up.
Really? I didn't hear that. Wait, come on. What the break too long? Wait a minute.
I gave him a second one. I gotta go. Yeah. But I just feel like, especially with like Gwen's story, Gwen Stacy.
What's his name again? Fuck, I was about to say. I'm like that dude been in. That's the black dude that's been in every movie that no one remembers his name. He is the villain in every movie.
Ooh.
The Shocker, the guy who plays Shocker.
Oh, the guy who plays Shocker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's his name?
No one ever remembers his name.
I'm gonna look it up. Right now.
That's what I'm trying to do. Shocker
Can't
from
reveal its exact
Spider-Man.
location or its general location. That information is classified.
If you get it before me, let me know. But yeah, I'm trying to pull it too.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Herman Schultz. No, Bokeem. Bokeem Woodbine.
Here's what you're cleared to know.
Oh, even did.
Somewhere out in the sea on a remote island.
No, she said he
beyond
passed.
the prison.
He
We utilize
passed?
cutting-edge technology.
No,
and
he didn't
lead guards
pass.
from
No, I
across the
gotta
globe
look that up. I gotta
to
look
render
that
this
Nah, Bokeem
impregnable
ain't
fortress
passed.
the most secure in the world. If you thought about comparing this prison
No.
to one on Alcatraz,
Bokeem is who I'm talking about.
we're
That's
back.
the Shocker.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking
The full
about.
truth of this
Yeah.
prison will never be brought to
Nah, he's
light.
still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. Who's Herman Schultz?
Because this is not the prison. No one has ever escaped from it. And no one ever will.
We've had a breakout! 4 escaped prisoners at large!
I stand
No,
corrected.
that's the character's name. Herman is the character's name. Yeah. Yeah, Bokeem is the guy. The actual human. Yeah, he's still alive though. I was going to look that up real quick. Ooh, I was about to say, that man is the villain in everything.
Calm yourself.
Supervisor!
Or as some people like to call him.
Which
No, maybe
inmates?
good kids,
Cell
but they're
13,
not
sir.
good
All
at
They
four.
do call him evil.
They do. But that man's
Inmate
his
number
repertoire, lethal.
Number 25.
Lethal.
Number 69.
Dang.
Number 15.
This is bad.
Easily.
Apparently, the whole group's made up of repeat offenders.
Yeah,
sir.
this
Like,
man's
he's good, bro.
this man's repertoire is he has a Samuel Jackson resume.
Nah, man.
The security
Like-
system online.
Yes, sir.
Gotta
They're
watch,
near block 11. I'll close it now.
Yeah, the villains in that were good. The writing is the only thing that messed it up.
Ooh, this is just like that time I escaped from jail in Chicago. Such a
Jamie
good
Foxx
time.
carries any indication
I'll tell you
that
one
must be a
thing.
good point.
Hajime's definitely.
Oh, right on. Sorry, I didn't know it started up. My bad. Thank you.
Yeah, Jamie's Jamie. That's always gonna be that.
Yeah. I mean, but Electro was a Sinister Six at one point, so they could bring him back if they wanted to. But they've got Shocker. We need Rhino, and we got Doc Ock. We just don't have Rhino. We don't have Rhino. We don't have Hammerhead. We don't have Kingpin.
Kingpin, technically, we do have a Kingpin, but would that fit in that universe? But we also, Rhino is the main villain in the Craven movie.
Yeah.
Hold
We
it.
have right.
Pause. Wait a minute. Rhino is the main villain in Craven movie, but Craven is the main villain. So how is Rhino the main villain?
Or the main antagonist. Whatever.
I was like, wait a minute, but Craven
I know
is
what
the
you meant. I know
mastermind.
what you meant.
Like, how
I knew
that
what you
work
meant. I
out?
knew what you meant. Nah, I knew what you meant.
Okay, Amy Pascal, that's all I can say.
No. I was really confused. I was like, wait a minute, but I thought it was Craven's movie. I thought maybe they did something and Craven really wasn't in the movie. You know what I mean?
Nah, I know what he was talking about.
Now, the trailer shows a Rhino suit, so we have a Rhino.
Okay, cool. Well, that's cool. Well, we don't have Craven yet either, though. Is the problem.
Yeah.
And with the writer's strike the way it is, I mean, well,
We'll all probably be current on One Piece before the writer's strike finishes.
the world would be current on One Piece by then.
That's what-
Speaking
I mean,
of which, they did come
I
to
was
some
messing
sort
with
of like agreement-ish, I guess. I was kind of skimming through this. They said they were bargaining. Let's see here, day and tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. They're putting out a joint statement, but there's still no thing. They're trying to get everything done by the 1st. Otherwise, we're not going to have fall season of TV shows. Flat out. They're still working on it, but they're supposed to be releasing a statement here in the next day or two. Together, jointly.
I think they're going to miss that deadline. I'm going to be honest. I think they're going to miss that deadline. I'm going to be honest. I think they're going to miss it. Well, I can watch NBA this season. So, okay.
Hold it. Wait. They said in the conference that started today, the writers were talking about that the CEOs greeted them with, in quotes, a lecture about how good their single and only counteroffer was. We're not going anywhere, y'all.
Nah.
Like I said, if you have a long-running show you have not caught up with yet, just start it.
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, these people are trying to figure out, they're like, oh, we run this. No, without us, you don't.
You know what? I'm going to say a hot take here. Don't judge me on this one. You could probably catch up with Grey's Anatomy before this writer's
You could. You could catch up One Piece and Grey's Anatomy. From the beginning. From the beginning on both.
That sounds like a challenge.
Hey!
I mean, Grey's Anatomy has 19 seasons.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, no. You could watch Star Trek Next Generation from start to finish, including the movies, and it still not be done.
Well, damn.
I'll throw one out there. You could probably catch up with everything in Law and Order before the writer's strike.
Yeah. Not just SVU.
Not just SVU, all of them.
I'm talking criminal intent. You can.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Actually, it's funny. You said my Slytherin housemates are watching Grey's Anatomy. Nice.
I love Grey's Anatomy.
So I will say this. It's kind of funny bringing it back to what Monty had mentioned earlier. She asked about why it takes 1,000 episodes to become Pirate King.
Yes.
And I will say this. It's the same reason why Grey's Anatomy has so many shows. Because it's a day in the life of the person going towards that. If you really think about it, they go through maybe 3 days per episode. If that. You know what I mean?
You can't mute. You the one who asked the question.
You did ask the question. I'm really answering your question.
Mm-hmm. It came back full circle.
It did. So that's why. I mean, it's basically like this is a journal entry of the Pirate King. Is really what it is.
And also, name me 5 animes that got the type of character development that One Piece has.
You made a statement. Very well, then I responded to your statement. There.
Okay, well, that's a very interesting question.
No, Rod, that's not for you. That's for her.
I was like, that is interesting. I was about to answer it too. I was like, that is an interesting question. However, hold it. However, they all involve the power of friendship.
Hey, man,
Say that. And guess what? One Piece doesn't.
It does though.
It does, but it don't. It's not to the level of hatred.
What I would say is this: name me one anime that people think does not fall into the trope of power of friendship. Black Lagoon. That 100% falls into power of friendship. Reverie spazzes every 30 seconds because someone came for. Like
that was a troll answer.
I know. But I'm just saying, like, every show, like, it, I don't know. I just think we need to, I think as a community, the quote unquote trope of power of friendship has been taken the wrong direction.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just like certain shows you don't want to watch because it hits too close to home. If that's what it is, just say that.
Right.
Wait a minute. Without using power of friendship? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I might have one. Let me think this one out. I want to say Code Geass, but I might be a little bit off.
Nah, bro, don't do that one. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah,
That whole movie is about his sister.
Don't do that.
That whole movie is about him trying to get his sister together and against the dad. Like, the whole show.
Right.
Like, and I think that's what it is. Like, most storyline, again, we're all writers. What makes a good story? Drama. What brings drama better than grief? What brings grief easier than you going against someone's friends or intimate close people?
Yeah.
Which causes revenge, which incites, you know what I mean? Everything else. It's just, yeah. It's how stories are written. I mean, you can break away from, you can stylistically, hold on, let me say this. As the author in me, you can stylistically hide and maneuver around the placement of those steps. But the steps to creating a good story never change. So
True. No, that's true. I mean, you can think about the hero's journey. That's been done so many times with
Right.
so many stories.
it's like, you know what's going to happen. Any movie you watch, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Every horror movie you watch, you know what's going to happen. It's just, when is it going to happen?
Yeah.
Like, you know the big kill is coming. Who's getting the big kill?
Right. Is it going to be down to one person or three people? You know what I mean? In action movies, in military movies, he probably is going to barely make it back. He going to come back out with a new squad. They going to win. He may be the last one left, but they eventually going to win. Or they won't win and it leads into the next movie. Like, so.
Yeah, especially horror movies. I mean, think about how many times Freddy Krueger came back. Like,
Right.
Sheesh.
Right.
I mean, they finally killed off Michael Myers in the last Halloween movie, but good boy, that the way they did it was bullshit. But that's a monster. That was, I'm like, I killed him that way. Like, really? I killed him that way? Like, really?
Right.
Ways to kill Michael Myers? Like, really? Like the Krusty the Clown? What was that? And you know what episode of Simpsons I'm talking about with that? Is that you're like, what was that? Like, really? Or that's another, like, people.
You said, which is why Infinity Wars was special. How so? What made it different? Because I saw Infinity Wars as the exact same. They just split it over two movies. All they did was take the entire story and split it in half. But the plot points were the exact same for the show, for the movie. No. Again, the Avengers didn't lose because it was the middle of a full story arc. Think about it.
Or you could say it this way. I've heard this take before with Infinity Wars. Infinity Wars was Thanos' hero's journey. I've heard someone say this hot take before. Like, and the hero wins because he beats the Avengers. So the hero won in Infinity War if you want to go that route.
So I will take that. I'll take that, and I add a little bit of cream to that sandwich. All right, I put a little mayo on that. Okay.
All right.
So I will agree with you that, and this is, I'm saying Infinity Wars versus Endgame. Okay. Infinity Wars, yes, it was the hero's journey, right? It culminated, it ended with him being the victor, right? Endgame, though, the entirety of the two movies was called Infinity Wars, right? So we had the first half and then the end game of it, the second half.
Yes, Civil War and Endgame.
So the combination of the two is still the full storyline, though. So all that was a subplot within the main plot. And I think that's where people get tripped up sometime when you look at different pieces of exposition in shows and movies, is you can have multiple subplots within the main plot.
That's fact.
But the main plot is still going to go in that same pyramid. Right? Exposition, rising action, conflict, falling action, ending. But that just happened over multiple places. You know? So it really just depends on which piece of the pie you're looking at that point in time. But again, that's just my take on that.
Understandable logic there.
Mm-hmm.
So
We are writers.
That is a way to look. I mean, I've heard that hot take. I remember when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, I wouldn't have thought of that being Thanos' hero theory." I would like.
mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, the first part was Thanos' hero journey. The second was Captain America's.
Yeah.
It was the second was the transition from Tony to Cap as head of the Avengers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So those were the two subplots that they placed within the main plot.
Exactly.
You know, so.
And I'll be honest, like the two best thunderous applauses I've ever heard in a movie theater. One was On Your Left. The other one was seeing Vegeta turn Super Saiyan Blue and Resurrection F. Those are the best.
Word.
I can see that.
Those are the two best. People were going nuts. I remember it to this day. And honorable mention number 3 is Tyler Perry's The Family Gotta Pray, where Sinai got the shit smacked out of her. I'm sorry. That's number
Real
3.
shit. Real shit.
That I hate to say it. I hate to put that as an honorable mention, but damn it, that's an honorable mention.
Yeah.
If you saw that movie in the movie theater, you know your crowd was going off on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and that's something. You know what? I think we should do that one day. Another thing to pin. Take a couple movies or anime,
Mm-hmm.
and with multiple series or multiple movies, and like play out the arc. Like whose subplots were whose that made the movie what it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that would be cool.
I feel like I've heard TikToks about this. Like, I know some TikToks like the actual villain and who the real villain was.
Right.
I think I've seen TikToks about that.
Right. So, all right. Well, we're going to go ahead and start kind of wrapping up here a little bit. Anything you guys want to kind of finish out with?
Let's see, I'm trying to think. How much Pokemon news going on? Pokemon been kind of quiet lately.
They have
but
been.
Blaziken did come out for Pokemon Unite, and Mimikyu is going to be the October Pokemon. Let me see, and then what else here? I don't know if you guys have been following me on Twitch. I have been playing Mega Man Battle Network 2.
Which one did you finish?
I haven't finished any of the. I'm almost finished with Battle Network 2. I did finish Octopath Traveler 2.
Okay.
I did the main story. Battle Network 2, I'm up to the last dungeon, so I will be finishing that tomorrow night.
Okay.
And I think a little later on tonight, I should be streaming Sonic 2. Got Sonic Origins. I was waiting for the DLC to come out for that, so I've been playing regular version, then doing the anniversary version. So I didn't finish anniversary version of Sonic 2. I just had, when I was playing it last night, I messed up that stream. I'll be honest, I screwed that up. I saw one thing, got excited, and then lost pace.
No, it's all good. It's about you enjoying yourself and having fun. Trust me, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Yeah, check him out. It's Rob B the Win. So make sure you guys check him out there on Twitch as well.
Yeah, so like I said, I got Battle Network 2 finishing up story-wise, and I think I've been thinking about this. More than likely, I am going to do a playthrough of the story world of Mortal Kombat 11, and I'm also, when I was playing it earlier, there is a survivor mode, as some of you might not know or not. I want to become the streamer that's best with survival mode in anything. So I've been playing Turtles. I've been playing Streets of Rage. So Mortal Kombat survival mode, once I find a character I'm good at, I'm definitely going to be running the ranks of that survival mode in MK1. I'm definitely going to be running it.
There you go.
Sure
Make sure y'all go ahead and put that in. Keep an eye on that. That is going to be, I just dropped in the chat his link. So make sure y'all go and follow him there. I am also going to, give me a second, and put it on screen for us. If my system wants to play nice, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm thinking of another RPG. I think October, if I have a Castlevania game, I might do a Castlevania game for October, but I gotta see if I have any on the PlayStation.
While y'all do that, as everybody knows, we all have our fighting games of choice, and mine is Mortal Kombat. I do have MK1. I pre-ordered, obviously, because Mortal Kombat is my game. But Baldur has taken me away, so I have not opened it yet because I know once I start Mortal Kombat, that's dead for every other game.
It will be.
So, yeah. So once I do start Mortal Kombat, I will stream it. Y'all will watch the whole journey of me practicing and getting good with the character of my choice, which will be Kenshi and Kung Lao. Sadly, if you don't know, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Go ahead, put it up, spoiler, before I say what I'm going to say.
Give me a second.
Go ahead.
Just go ahead.
Ready?
Spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning.
I can't find it right now.
If you don't know, you got it or not?
No, I can't find it right now.
All right, well, spoiler warning. That was
you got your warning 5 times.
So, in this game, if you played 11, you know at the end, Liu Kang becomes the god, and he rewrites time. So, Sub-Zero goes back to being Bihan, and his brother, who becomes Sub-Zero when he dies, is now Scorpion. So there is no Noob Saibot.
Oh, wow.
Noob Saibot is my guy. He's not my number 1. Kenshi's my number 1. But he is tied for number 2 with Kung Lao. And so, as there is no Noob Saibot, it'll be just straight up Kenshi and Kung Lao. So y'all watch me practice, get my shit together, run through the story, play a little bit of online shit, you know what I mean? And see what we could do. We gonna try to fuck motherfuckers up.
Right, I mean, based on a little bit I played in Mortal Kombat, I think I see 2 characters I want to play with, but I want to see the whole story flesh out before I pick a character. Because I think someone is being totally out of character, but I want to see how the whole story ends before I say anything. I'll leave it at that.
Wow.
Just based on a demo, I know someone's like really out of character, but could just be Johnny Liu Kang messing with the timeline that bad. So I don't know.
Could be.
Will your alien friend with benefits let you? You seem preoccupied since he doesn't deserve it. Just let him burn.
I tried to save you, Vocal.
He did.
I will finish it eventually. The alien friend with benefits don't matter once I get to the point to where I can wife up my wife. So when the game is done, it's Mortal Kombat all day.
Respect. All right. Well, I don't have anything additional as of right now. Like I said, I appreciate everybody coming through and kicking it with us. We love y'all. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Keep an eye on the YouTube channel. We've got some videos, more videos dropping here. More meditation videos are going to be on the way. We got some more, of course, just anime review videos coming.
Wow.
Let's see here. I've got a little bit more free time now, so I'll be able to put out a few more videos. as we're going. So make sure you guys check us out there. Actually, let me put that in here as well so you all can see it. YouTube.com/@Panda of Pandemonium. All right.
What shows are we watching this week?
Wednesday we are still doing our Wednesday shows this week. Wednesday we were watching Log Horizon. I believe we will finish that out this first season. Excuse me, we're only doing one season at a time per show, so we'll finish this season out. I think I've got like 3 or 4 episodes left on that, and then we'll jump over to something else. I don't know what yet. And then we're doing Bakuman on Sunday still. I found a dubbed version of that to watch, so that way it can be in your background while you're doing whatever else you're doing. The dub on that one actually sounds pretty decent with it, so I'm happy for that. If you have thoughts of something you would like to watch on Wednesday after we finish this first season of Long Horizon, drop it in the Discord chat. Or if, while we're talking here the last few minutes, you can let me know now, and I'll kind of put it into consideration with everything else. I don't want to do anything new. Okay? That's the biggest thing. When we're doing anime watch nights, I don't want to do anything new. I want to introduce people to some older stuff. It doesn't have to be super old, but I want to do some older stuff. Think Nanbaka is something else we were watching at some point. I don't remember if that was Wednesday or if that was Sunday, but Nanbaka is also something that we will finish up as well, because I know I started watching that randomly. But yeah, Berserk of Gluttony. This looks like Sword Art Online. That's weird. Sorry, I was looking at a new anime coming out. But yeah, if you've got something you want to put in, you want to submit for a possibility, shoot it to us in the Discord, and I'll take a look at it and see if that's something that's kind of on the list. But make sure it is older than 2 years.
Older than 2 years.
Make it at least 2 years old. I'll say that, because I want to put some stuff out there that people haven't really watched before, or maybe putting them on. I'm not gonna do a sports anime yet. I'm gonna wait on that. I'll do the third one that we do, though, will be a sports anime. I can guarantee you that. Probably I'm debating between iShield 21 and
Prince of Tennis.
Actually, I was gonna go Buzzer Beater. Actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna throw a way back on them. Yeah, so Buzzer Beater might be one that we do, but that won't be until after we finish our second show here. I'm thinking as of right now, the switch up will be I'm thinking a thriller. Well, what did we just do? We just did Log Horizon. It'll either be Buzzer Beater's a sports one. It's a basketball one. So that'll be the third one, but it's really good. It's really good. It's an older show. I'm thinking Supernatural on the next time around, and honestly, I'm thinking Beelzebub possibly.
Beelzebub.
That's a classic for Halloween, October. That's
well, that coming up. I was either thinking that or Blood Blockade for Halloween.
Oh.
So Kabanari might go in there too, though, but that's a newer one. What'd you say?
Since I'm only on episode 2 of Blockade, that will work.
The Blockade, yeah. So I may do that just because Halloween's coming up. I think that'd be a good one for that. I can't think of any really good other zombie ones other than Going Hellsing.
Definitely got some zombie ones. Pass that on me. I need something for next month.
So we may do that. If you can think of any that we may switch gears if need be. Like I said, for the Halloween theme. So we may stop something early. We may pause Bakuman and go Halloween themed. So if we do, it'll be like Hellsing, stuff like that. Actually, let me see if I got anything. What we got in the horror chamber here? Hold up.
Castlevania comes out next week, I think.
Yeah, but that's newer.
Oh yeah, he's did say older. Troll answer,
Let
no
me try
judge me,
thriller.
Thriller Bark,
We could
no
do
fears.
Psychopaths, but that's not really horror.
What about Parasite?
Parasite could do. Inspector, that's
Does
newer.
Parasite count as horror?
But I don't know if it really counts as horror in that. Tokyo Ghoul, possibly.
Yeah, that is kind of horror-ish.
Kind of horror-ish. Let's see here. Hold up. I'm just kind of skimming through.
It's funny,
Supernatural.
we were talking about
Dance of the Vampire
Anime.
Bund, or nah, that could possibly be it. That's a vampire. Kabanari. Ooh, we could watch Juni Ito.
Ooh, I have not watched that one yet either. Ooh, I think I had that on the key. I think I had that on
Juni
the
Ito is like the horror collection of Japanese anime.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that is one.
So that's one I think we may do that if we do a long stream, we may do that. Other than that though, we've got like Occultic 9. Juni Ito is not for the faint of heart, hands down. Like
No, not
at all. Like you have to be ready for some ish for that.
I need a stiff drink probably. I don't need a stiff drink.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, for sure.
So even I'm like, oof. I don't know if I'm ready for that one again. So, and it's been a while since I've seen that. So if you have never seen it, go look at Juni Ito collection, or at least read up about it. Junji, forgive me, Junji, Junji space ITO.
I think I have that on the queue. Let me check. I'm seeing I have that on my
Junji
Crunchyroll
Ito
queue.
collection. Okay.
Definitely, if that's a horror anime, I gotta let the fiance know. You know she's a horror. But
Oh yeah. Oh
Yes.
no. Yeah. That's like 14 episodes of just straight gutter. Like when it comes to horror.
Gore.
Yeah.
Oh no, I do not have it on my collection. Let me add it right now.
That one, Kabanari is another one that's kind of horror-ish. That would be good. Inspector is a supernatural one that's really good. Tokyo Ghoul, of course, is a classic. I think anything vampire werewolf related, of course, is going to fall into that. So you're looking at Hellsing, you're looking at Dance of the Vampire Bun, you're looking at Noblesse, you're looking at Rosario Vampire, which that's not really horror,
It's not.
but I still love it. It's one of my favorites.
But it's vampires.
Yeah.
But it has vampire in the title though, so
Right.
No, this vampires is just not horror.
It's not horror at all. Yeah. It's more of a harem.
Yeah.
A funny one is Vampire Dies in No Time, but that's newer.
That shit is comedy, bro.
It is hilarious though. Like you sneeze and that boy turns to dust, just like poof.
oh damn.
It's hilarious. Not Fairy Tale. Fairy Fire? No, I think it is Fairy Tale. Fairy Gone. Fairy Gone is another one.
Fairy Gone. That sounds scary.
Yeah, basically they summon fairies as an alter ego to fight.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it get grimy.
Is
Sound
it
like
horror?
Like
Sound like a horror
mix
dream.
what's Revy in again? Black Lagoon? Like that level of gritty
Ooh. Okay.
with a supernatural. Yeah, it's called Fairy Gone.
Interesting. Very
Yeah.
Gone.
Here, I will show you. Hold up. Boop. This is what it looks like if you look at the screen there. This is kind of what the intro looks like. And you can see in the background there. That's what the fairies look like. So yeah, it's got if you've seen 91 Days, it's got that type of gritty survivor, we trying to take out the world type stuff vibe.
I see. Okay, that sounds cool.
But yeah, so that one's cool too. But yeah, so we'll do that for October. But for this week, we'll keep on schedule. So, all right. Well, other than that, again, like I said, love y'all. Take a quick look. The main website is back up and running, pandemonium.com. So that'll give you access to our merch store on our Etsy store. It's got the link for that. It has access to the pandemoniumpulse.com, which is our blog site. The link for there will be there as well on the main website. And also any of the different services and things that we do, as far as if you need voiceovers, if you need anything transcribed for your TTRPG games, D&D, anything like that. If you want to turn it into a book, we got you covered. If you are trying to get any type of copy written for content or anything like that, we take care of that as well. So take a look at the website. If you know anybody who could use those services, please pass it on to them. We greatly appreciate it. If you need it, feel free to reach out to us. All right? Anyway, love y'all. Have a good night. Catch y'all later. See y'all on Wednesday.